Senators, I come to you today with Senate Bill 1. Being a legislative body, we often give reactionary response to events that we have experienced and have hindsight into. This past year has exposed some flaws in 39A of Kentucky statute that needs to be readdressed. We have never in the history of the Commonwealth had a full year of reissued state of emergencies. While all of us in this room have our opinion of the governor's actions, our focus as an institution is the future, to ensure checks and balances. Senate Bill 1 limits the length of the time a governor can exercise an emergency prior to obtaining an extension of an emergency by order by the General Assembly from a local government if it is a small-scale or isolated emergency. It limits the governor's authority to suspend statute during an emergency, requires the governor to regularly report emergency expenditures of both federal and state funds, and it reduces the penalty for a violation in Chapter 39A from a Class A misdemeanor to a financial penalty. We all are representatives in this room to the communities that we were sent here from. Some from small towns in rural Kentucky, and some from large urban areas in the big cities. What is good for Metro Louisville might not be good for Whitesville, Kentucky. And we all come with a different perspective of how to handle emergencies that we have experienced in our demographics. Some of us in this room understand our small town and small business demographics in the head of a holler, and some of us understand our urban areas and neighborhoods are at the end of a cul-de-sac. While we saw big business prosper under restrictions, we saw family-owned restaurants taking out personal loans, trying to pay their employees that they treat as family. When we elect a governor, we wish them well, whatever their party affiliation, and we want them to be able to do their job and do it well. Yet, the previous year showed that when you reissue over and over state of emergencies, you can reach into every aspect of a citizen's life with mandates and orders with no stopping point in place. When all authority is left to one person, it can be reckless. Unintended consequences happen. When we revise 39A, we are giving communities a voice during a time of traumatic events. In no way do we want to hinder a governor's ability to govern in the future. But after 30 days, if needed, from Pikeville to Wickliffe, we will represent our districts with statesmanship, integrity, and the thoughts and ideals will be part of the decisions made. It took a pandemic to expose what we need for good public policy for the future of this state during the state of emergency. We as the people of Kentucky can have faith in a system of government and can overcome many trials and tribulations guarded by a republic democracy. We can overcome this pandemic as one nation under God. Mr. President, if there are no questions, I move for final passage of Senate Bill 1. Move for passage.